Hello everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Guys, there is an update about the prophet shepherd Bushiri and his wife, whom they were under an arrest for certain allegations of fraud. And right now he is speaking up. That's the prophet himself. He was under arrest with his wife under allegations of fraudulent activities which was happening amongst them. And right now they are being tagged as fugitive prophets. And it said that the fugitive Malawian prophet shepherd Bushiri has opened up on why he left South Africa, because then they said he was running away with his wife and also tried to send his kids away out of the country so as to escape or run away from being arrested or facing the law. And where he faces money laundering, that is in South Africa, he faces money laundering, fraud and corruption charges. These are the charges that have been laid against him and his wife. And if you recall that his escape nearly caused a diplomatic row between Malawi and South Africa, as many media houses reported that he was smuggled using President Lazarus' presidential jets. So it seemed like he was being under a cover from the president, and they were trying to hide him and all of that. So which almost caused a kind of problems between both countries, that's the Malawian and South African countries. However, Bushiri's escape was discovered just a few hours before the president's jet departure for Malawi during his trip to South Africa. This led him to being detained for several hours before being cleared to take off by South African intelligence officials. However, when he was interviewed on a local TV station, the prophet Bushiri ignored on how he fled from the country where he is facing criminal charges at the moment. And he had something to say when he was actually interviewed. This is what he said exactly. To this day, I don't know how I left South Africa. There was fire and I had to leave, but I do not know how I left. It was only God who rescues from danger his people in his own ways. Right now, what the prophet is actually saying is that he, leaving South Africa, that he didn't know how it all happened. He just found himself leaving South Africa, and he is now attributing it to the fact that God actually saves his people from danger, which is true. We all know that. But he is claiming that his own was as a result of a spiritual intervention, and that was how he just saw himself leaving South Africa. What do we all think about this? And right now he's facing 3 charges, himself and his wife. They had to put them both on an arrest for money laundering, fraud and corruption. The thing is, why do sometimes, if this is really true, all these allegations against him, if they're actually true, you'll be asking yourself another question. Why do some people use God's name in vain? Another thing is, someone was also saying, why should you run away from the law if you are innocent? Do you understand? Because that is another thing right now. He is claiming that it was God that made him to leave, or God helped him to leave to save him from danger, and that was why he was actually escaping away from South Africa. Though he said he didn't know how he left, all he knows that he was actually leaving South Africa. And then you would now say you're using God's name in vain, because come to think of it, if you're being faced with something you have actually committed, why don't you face it and then don't use God's name like you'll be hiding under the umbrella of God? Some people, that is how they are. They use God's name in vain by using God's name to carry out some dubious activities, which is not right at all. You don't use God's name to cover up for your misdeeds or for your own inability to carry out the things that you're meant to do right before the people, your congregation, and even before the sight of God. So how would he now come out and say he didn't know how he was leaving South Africa? Meanwhile, he's been faced with 3 count charges against him and his wife right now. So a lot of people are saying different things, different comments, and a whole lot of feedbacks are being sent back to him because of this comment he just made right now. You'll be saying, how didn't you know you were leaving? You are a human being like every other person. You work like every other person. So leaving your house or walking out of your house, you didn't know when you were actually taking all those steps, and trying to get into the plane, you didn't know how you were taking all those steps to leave. It's, except you are innocent of the fact and you know you are innocent, then you don't even need to go further or go to this length. You would wait for the investigation to be concluded. Then why get yourself into money laundering, fraud, and corruption? If this is really true, as a man of God, should you be doing that? The thing is, if you're in acts like this or carrying out activities like this, what would you be telling your congregation regarding activities that are very wrong for you to participate yourself in the country? But guys, looking at this whole thing, what do you all think? Response from this particular prophet, he didn't even deny the fact that he was not leaving South Africa. He is now saying that yes, but he didn't know how he left South Africa. He just found himself leaving South Africa, and that it's God that is now taking his people away from danger. So what is he implying right now? Is he indirectly saying he's actually in danger? He's trying to run away for his own life, and that's the reason why he was leaving South Africa. And meanwhile, the South African government is saying that they have already laid 3 count charges against him. Then the thing is, clear conscience fears no accusation. Once you know that you are innocent of something, you would wait and let the law come to you. And then when they get you arrested, definitely they'll be questioning, and they will need evidence, and that evidence only comes out during their investigation. And if you are not guilty of anything, then you need not to fear, you need not to run away. Why are you running? And why is it that there is a point that you decided that this is now for me to leave, when they are already putting you on arrest? That's the same time you're trying to run away from South Africa. It doesn't even align with what he is saying at the moment, because he is claiming he didn't know how he left. So the question is, what is he talking about? Is he now trying to say he was hypnotized or controlled by some forces? What is he talking about? Well, guys, whatever you think about this, you can put that down at the comment section. But it will go further to say this: for those that are involved into activities of using God's name in vain to get money, to fraud people, it's really wrong. Even before the sight of God, whom you stand out to preach or talk about, it's very wrong before his presence. You don't reap people of their sweat. You don't rob people of their daily livings. Some of these people, that's the last they have in them, and they're trying to save it to see how they can manage through with their own family. And then you now come and take that money away from them, all because of your own selfish gain, selfish interest. You know that some of these people, they're out to just satisfy themselves, and they're not concerned about the next person who needs help, who needs certain assistance. Desist from using God's name to achieve your evil purpose, because people use God's name in the sense that they know once you mention God in certain things, a lot of people feel, oh, this person is a right person, is a good person, so let's listen to him and let's do whatever he says. And then you use that as an advantage to take control of people's emotions, to control people's minds, all because you know that once you mention God, people are just willing to listen to you and see you that this person is a nice person. Meanwhile, you have an ulterior motive. Please don't make other people suffer because of your selfish interests, because you want to have the comfort to your own self alone. But think of the other person as well. Don't just jump into trying to satisfy yourself and you end up making the other person suffer. Some people will kidnap people, collect ransom from them, money you did not work for. You didn't labor for this money. Meanwhile, some of these people have labored toil day and night to ensure that they have the source of income that they require and they need to pay their bills and take care of their family. And then somebody in one day will just wake up and decide that he wants to take that sweat away from you. You don't make people suffer like this. Don't take other people's sweat. Don't use God's name to phone people, to sweet talk people, and then you now use that as an advantage to acquire from them, to rob from them, because that is stealing. You're stealing from your fellow human being because you're forcefully getting this thing from that person under duress. The person did not accept or said, yes, you can have this money, but you did that with your own knowledge, knowing that this is very, very, very wrong. Please, anyone involved into activities like this, be it a man, be it a woman, desist from making other people suffer. Learn to also work. Use your hands and do something for yourself. Earn a living too. These other people are trying to earn a living. Some have sleepless nights. That's the painful part of this whole activities of fraud, embezzlement. People work sleepless nights. Some wake up as early as 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Some would not even sleep at all. They're around the clock. Some sleep in their cars because they want to ensure that they are up the next day, and they will continue working to ensure that things are being provided for them and their family. And then someone will just come from nowhere and you rob these people of their hard-earned money, of their sweat. You have your hands, you have your legs. Why don't you make use of it? Instead, some of them will decide to make use of it to get money in the easiest and the fastest way, and hurting the other person close to them. Always think before you steal from people, because this is outright stealing. Once you're committing fraud, money laundering, you're stealing from people. Some would tell a lie, I want to get this for you. Or some would even use God's name in vain and come and meet you, say, God said you should do this. Meanwhile, they never even heard anything from God. And then they will rob you of your sweat. Some people have made some other people not to have so much trust on some men of God. Even the real ones now are even being affected with what some of those who are just out for their personal gains are doing. Then those genuine men of God or women of God are being tagged with a very bad name because of some bad people who have made up their minds to just use God's name to get from other people, to steal from other people. Friends, please, whatever you think about this, you can please put that down at the comment section. And please don't forget to hit on the like button. Thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, I'm here today to talk about how to start up a new YouTube channel. So for those that are looking to start up a new YouTube channel, probably you've been trying to figure out how to go about it, or you have been trying to see what it entails or what you need to start. That's why I'm here today, to give you the easy way for you to get this done. Not just the easy, but the best method, and also to give you or to talk about the best teacher who will give you all that is required for you to start up your own YouTube channel. This is a teacher. He is really successful with his YouTube, and he has been a teacher for so long now. Teacher is Matt Pa. He's going to give you a step-by-step method on how to start up your own YouTube channel. No stone unturned. Every step of the way, he's going to lead you through it. You have links that you can actually reach out to him and communicate with him directly. That's Matt Pa there. You can see the huge successes he has made in YouTube. You can see his silver, you can see the gold, you can also see his revenue that he's actually making on YouTube, which is very huge. He is going to give you a YouTube step-by-step tube mastery class every step of the way, from the beginning of the opening of the channel to how you can start up and put up your videos. He is leaving no stone unturned, like I said. So for those that are seeking for how to start up their own YouTube channel, this is the easiest and the fastest way for you to have access to this particular teacher who is honest and straightforward, and you will enjoy every bit of the class and you will have lots of gain. At the end of your class, you will have lots to hold on to and to start up your own YouTube channel. It's going to be like an ABC class starting from the scratch. So please, for those of you that are interested in starting up your own YouTube channel, Matt Pa, he is the teacher and you will have direct access to him. I'm dropping the link below. So please, you just click on that link and you will have access to Matt Pa's class. He is going to give you the whole content of YouTube and all that it takes for you to be successful in YouTube and how to start YouTube from the scratch. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat, he's leaving no stone unturned. And it's so interesting that if you have any kind of complaint, no matter the time you have this complaint or you are confused about anything, you can communicate directly to him and he will give you a response as soon as he gets your question or as soon as he gets your mail or anything you're trying to confirm from him. He is quick at responding and he will give you the right answers. And even if you go elsewhere to search, you find out that what he is saying is actually true. He wouldn't mislead you. So please, for those of you that want to start your own YouTube channel from the scratch and see how you can be successful on YouTube, please go to this link, click on the link below, so you'll have access to the teacher. That's the teacher there. You can see and see his success. You can go through that and then you click on the link so that you can have direct access to Matt Pa himself. This teacher, you will enjoy and enjoy every bit of the classes that he's going to give to you. So friends, do not forget to click the link below so you have access to Matt Pa's Tube Mastery class, and he will give you the best teaching for YouTube you will really need to start your own channel. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.